$2,500, we fix everything, you know, make it look fantastic, paint everything. Or I can come through for $1,500, I'll throw one coat of paint on it, make it look good. We're just gonna patch up the really bad spots, the stress cracks, all the real bad stuff. She told me she was gonna do a lot of the stuff herself because she was there.
What did you agree to with her to do?
I agreed with her to do the $1,500 one-coat job.
Okay, is that correct?
No.
Well, what was the agreement?
I said if a wall is bad enough and it needs 2 coats because it'll bleed through, do it. And I said the bad areas need primer. There was a lot of black.
So it was not one quote, I mean, not one coat of paint that you agreed to have?
Right.
Actually, we started by doing a lot of other work,
Yeah.
which we won't get into all the other work, but we did everything. There was 3 different bills. We did one part at a time. When I was done doing that work, she checked it out thoroughly. She checked over all my receipts, everything, thoroughly. We're talking 45-minute check over my job before I received a 1 penny.
How much money did you get from her?
Total would be $2,800.40. 2840.76. I'm sorry.
All right.
And that was for doing windows, doors. We did work in the basement,
Including the painting?
including the paint. The paint job was $1,500.
Right, all right, go ahead.
And each section was done. She checked it over. She liked it. She paid. She didn't pay any money up front. There was no deposit. The agreement was when the job was done and you're happy, you pay me. That's what happened each section. The last thing I did was the paint. When the painting was done, she went through 45 minutes, checked out everything I did, checked out my receipts. When I was all done, she gave me a partial check because she said she didn't have all the money.
And how much was that for?
It was, I don't remember, but it was for about 2/3 of the amount. The important thing is I went back
That's
2 days later.
That's $1,000.
Yeah, something like that. It was close to that.
And that was for just painting?
That was just for painting. That was the last of what she, you know, and there was, the thing was, I went back 2 days later, she was still happy. She paid me the rest of the money, and everything was fine. I did not hear from her for another week.
So she paid you the balance of the $500?
She paid me the balance. This is 2 days later, not right after. 2 days later, we went back, met at the house, she paid me the balance.
You were done at that point?
And we were done. A week later, she called me up, said, if you don't come and fix this stuff, I'm taking you to court. And I said, you know, I've got a warranty. If there's something you're not happy with, I'll come out. She bought a gallon of paint. I went out. She had me second coating the closets and areas that she didn't like. I did, you know, I was there for about an hour and a half. I did that. And at that point, I said, there's not much more I can do. I'm all ready. This was a job that was supposed to take me 3 days. It took me 5 days because she kept trying to get me to do more and more and more. And we did it, and I did a lot more than I had agreed to do.
But you didn't charge her any extra after
I
that
did.
last
I never go over what my estimate is. I never do that, and I didn't in this case. It just got to a point where I can only do so much. Most days I got there, we had to wait. She was late. She didn't let us work in there. This house was empty. We didn't work 1 minute without her there. We had to wait for her to get there in the morning. She opened up. She stayed there. She watched over everything we did. We left. She locked up when she, you know, she wasn't staying there. So we were never left alone for 1 minute in that house.
Karen, did you pay him $1,000 after looking at the paint job, the way he said?
Did I pay him?
Well, did you pay him $1,000 after you and he looked through the house to make sure the paint job was okay? That's what Mr. Hofer said happened. Did it happen that way?
At that point on the last payment, I was ready to pay him, but I only paid him half because I said I've got to get, there were things I was not happy with. I did not say, I said I will call you back. He gave me the story of, well, I got to make my mortgage payment.
Well, wait a minute. At that point, was he done with the paint job as far as he was concerned?
Yes.
Did you both go look at the paint job?
Yes. Like you said, it took, you know, some time for me to look through because I wanted to make sure, and I'm not sure about people returning.
Were you happy with the job at that time?
Some things, no.
Okay, did you tell him?
Yes, and I said I will call you back.
Okay, but you paid him, you say $750, he says $1,000.
I gave him half part of it, and I said, in fact, I gave him the second check, 2 different checks, because I said I have to go to my bank and transfer some money.
Okay.
I don't have all this automatic, easy stuff. So I said, I predated the second check, which had paid the total of
Well,
everything.
what were the two checks for? For how much?
They're on the note you have there.
Where?
There's a yellow, the total I paid him for everything was $4,929.41.
But I'm just talking about the paint, ma'am, okay?
Okay, he first quoted 1,200, ended up 15.
But it was 1,500.
1,500
Okay, now, at some point,
plus the paint material.
okay,
So that was it.
at some point, though, did you walk with him through the house after he was done with the paint job?
Yes,
Okay, and you paid him some money then, right?
yes.
How much?
The 1,500?
The full amount?
No,
Well, 1,500 was the full amount for the paint job.
it's on that pink sheet.
This
The
little
bottom-
sticky
the
thing
bottom-
here?
See at the bottom where I paid 2 payments? The bottom.
Would you like my copies, Your Honor?
That $1,500 you paid him, part of that was for the paint job?
Half of that bill, basement.
Okay, so some of it
Okay,
was for the
I paid him
paint
for the
job.
page, yes.
All right,
The second check, I called him up when I said he met me later.
right.
I called him up and I says, you know what, I'm gonna give you a credit card checking thing, cause I can't do this other one. I said, give me that check back that I predated for Monday. So we met on Sunday, I believe, and I said, I'll give you this credit card check and you can go right to the bank instead of holding it. In fact, I think I dated it the next Wednesday.
How much was that for?
That was that second amount written down there in the bottom.
It's like 1,000.
1,400,
$1,340.76.
Yes, that one.
That was, looks like
so
March
that was the
15th.
final payoff. And that way he could go right to the bank and cash it, cause I felt bad, cause he, just before we left, he said, well, I gotta make a mortgage payment,
Okay.
and I always,
So he was paid in full at that time.
yes.
Now,
Yes.
you went through the house, it looks like on March 10th, because that's the date of this
Yes.
$1,500
Yes.
payment. Did you talk about the paint job?
Yes.
And what did you
I
tell
said,
him
there's
about?
things I'm unhappy about, and he says, well, I can come back when, let me know when you're ready.
Did you set a date for him to come back?
Well, I was all upset, and I went and bought a gallon of paint and thought I'd do
Did you
it
set a
myself.
date for him to come back?
No, he's got other jobs, he's too busy.
Well, why did you pay him if there was a problem with the paint
Because
job?
I'm crazy. What can I say?
I don't know,
felt sorry
ma'am.
for him.
It's your case.
I always help the underdog. He has a mortgage to pay, and I don't think about me and what I got.
Aren't you the underdog?
I know, I'm learning, and it's like,
Apparently the hard way.
oh, yeah. And at my age, you think I'd know better. But I have had handymen before and never ran into this. So help me God, I've never run into this with a handyman. And
All right.
I've never seen such a shoddy paint job.
So you paid him for part of the paint job on March 10th, and you told him at that time that there were still some problems with it, and that you were
Yes.
gonna get in touch with him to
Yes.
come back.
And he came back and.
5 days later, he's back, right?
I don't know if it was 5 days later.
Well, it looks like this thing says March 15th, and you paid him in full.
Yes,
Did you tell him again that there was problems with the paint job
Yes.
then? Okay,
Yes.
and what happened? I
he
mean,
said, I thought he said Home Depot, and I'm going to all these Home Depots to get the exact kind of paint. I brought the empty can.
well, wait. You told him there were problems with the paint job.
Yes,
Did you tell him he's gotta come back and redo it?
yes, and he said, go get the paint.
So you did.
Yes, I went and bought a gallon of paint.
Did you call him, when did you do that?
Pardon me?
When did you go to Home Depot to get that paint?
The date on, well, the Home Depot didn't have it. Then when I called him, he corrected me, it's Sherwin-Williams dealers.
Okay, but I mean, 1 or 2 days later, or when was it?
That was another week,
Sherman-Williams, here's a receipt.
because I'm just letting it fume on me the whole time and thinking, okay, I
March
gotta do it
15th, the
myself.
same day, it looks like, 9:51 a.m. Sounds like you went there like right after you talked to him. Is that true?
No, because you had everything March 10th. You're
I
saying-
know, but you have a payment made to him March 15th, and you have this receipt from Sherwin-Williams, March 15th, same day.
Okay.
So it sounds like you talked to him and went right to Sherwin-Williams,
No, I
Sherwin-Williams,
bought
right?
the paint, had it there, was gonna paint it myself when I called him on the phone. And I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this, you have to come back and do it. It's enough I bought the paint.
And he did come back.
He came back on that Saturday is when I called my son and said, I need you here, just to listen to
What
backup.
happened then?
Because until that point, my son never met the guy.
What happened then?
He came back and he used that gallon of paint and he just painted the walls I really complained about, which
Okay.
was only 7 walls, that, partial walls that did the
Okay.
whole gallon.
And he had already been paid in full though at that point?
Yes.
Okay, and did that
And
solve,
so he didn't do every wall.
okay, but did that solve the problem?